House. Kiwi captain Simon Mannering and coach Stephen Kearney. Any questions, guys?
Was that a bit embarrassing at the end, Stephen?
I wouldn't say embarrassing. I think it was disappointing. But again, I think the Samoan side, they played with a lot of energy through that period, and we dropped a couple of balls, and sometimes when they just gained the momentum. We dropped some balls and we touched it a couple of times whilst they had the footy, so it just, the momentum just built. We didn't see a great deal of possession for 20 minutes there, and to their credit, I thought they played with a great deal of energy and enthusiasm, and consequently put some tries on us.
Does it sort of give you some focus starting tomorrow morning?
Well, I know the lads, spoke out on the pitch straight after the game, about obviously the performance. But in saying that, there was some good parts of the game there for us, and when we stuck to our structures and our processes, I thought we built some really good pressure on them, and and we come up with some pretty good plays. But it was just when we we give away a silly penalty, or we forced an error that we gave the Samoan side some position. And when you got the likes of the personnel that you have in their team carrying the ball like they did tonight, then they're going to build some pressure on you. So I thought, like I said, I thought they played really well for a good period of that second half.
So did you feel it going away from here? Did you always feel in control?
No, we definitely lost our way there for a pretty long period of the game. I don't know if we touched the footy for about 6 or 7 sets, and everything they threw at us come off, and everything we did didn't seem to work. But taking nothing away from them, they played very well, but we've got to be disappointed with the way we defended.
Simon, can you share anything that was said by the lads out there in the middle of the field at full time?
No, it was just the obvious. It's obviously not a good enough performance to carry on this tournament. Hopefully it's a shot in the arm and gives us a lot of things to work on.
Stephen, you guys looked a bit fragile down that left edge. Would that be fair? They've seen a lot of traffic down there.
Yeah, well, again, I think that'll be certainly an area of improvement for us this week, and he's in saying that he's a fair player, Joe Leilua. But again, I think for us, as I mentioned earlier, when you give a side, the position that we did for 20-25 minutes of that second half, then it doesn't matter who they have; they're going to build some pressure on you. So that's more my concern. Was the way we, let ourselves down there by errors or silly penalties.
Does it feel funny walking off the field after winning by that sort of margin and having the crowd so in support of the other side and cheering them?
In fairness, I probably anticipated that. I think the English crowds would tend to, I guess, go with the underdog, if you want to say that. So, and again, as I mentioned, they played with a great deal of energy for 20-minute period there. They were carrying the ball hard, and obviously that pleases the fans.
As Sonny Bill tried to explain his slip on the try.
How do you explain that? Again, I think he might want to check his boots next time, but that probably was a little, a good indication of that period of the game for us. It did, So, but I'm sure if he had the opportunity again, it wouldn't happen like that.
And in the same game, the video ref hits the wrong button as well. It's an unusual coincidence.
Yeah, there was a few of those things tonight.
Injuries?
Manu, I think, had a bit of a sore ankle, but he carried on the match, and Frank Paul, I thought he was concussed, but he looked all right. So we've pulled through that okay. And
Simon, what would you say the mood is like in the team? Because you guys were talking about, kind of getting over a bit of the rust last week, and you did face a tough side in Samoa today, but are you guys deflated, or are you kind of motivated for the next step?
Yeah, obviously there's the initial disappointment with the performance, but it's nothing to get deflated about. It's still a long way to go in the tournament, and like I said before, hopefully it's just a shot in the arm. Rusty in the first game, rusty again tonight for a long period, and hopefully it's what we need. Give us a bit of a kick, and we've got to improve each week, and hopefully put ourselves in a position that we're hitting our straps at the right time.
Simon, does it feel different this time coming in as defending champions? And I suppose there's that expectation there that wasn't perhaps there from the public last time?
To be honest, not really. It hasn't been talked about. What happened 5 years ago. It's a new group. A lot of the guys in this team weren't there. You don't really buy into too much what's been focused at you from outside the team, and within the staff and the players. There's no added pressure on ourselves. We know how we can play and our potential, and it's our job to live up to that for ourselves. Have high demands of each other and make sure we perform on the field.
Do you expect Thomas Lullaby to be back for Friday?
Sorry, mate.
Do you expect Thomas Lullaby to be back for Friday?
Yeah, Tommy ran today, and he's been feeling really good the last few days. So there was a chance that he possibly could have played today, but he'll be a definite starter on Friday next week.
Position.
You have to wait and see. Again, I think I guess we've got the luxury of having the personnel that we do in the halves areas, and Sean and Kieran, and obviously Thomas, plays through the halves and dummy halves. So we'll just see what best fits the game on Friday and make a decision from there.
Give everybody a game then. Make sure everybody's played after 2 games.
Well, that was always the idea. Again, the depth of talent sitting on the bench. You got Jason Nightingale, Greg Eastwood, Ben Madalino, and guys of that nature sitting on the bench. They'll be definitely playing next week. So, after tonight's performance, I hope that lights a fire under a few of them, and so they put their best foot forward next week.
Okay, guys, thank you.
Thanks.